Now, having escaped Doubting Castle, the pilgrims kept walking, and before long they had come into Emmanuel's land, and they were not far from the celestial city. They could see the delectable mountains upon which the city was built, and they met some shepherds. The shepherds' names were Knowledge, Experience, Watchful, and Sincere. And they took them by the hand, and there they took them to tents and made them partake of all the good things that were there. They told them they should stay a while and get acquainted, and that would do them good. In the morning, the shepherds called Christian and Hopeful to talk to them and walk with them upon the mountains. And so they walked for a while, and it was lovely on every side. After they had done that, they took them to the top of a hill called Error. And they told them to look at the very bottom. Christian and Hopeful looked down, and what they saw at the bottom were several men dashed to pieces because they'd fallen from the top. Christian said, "What does this mean?" The shepherds answered, "Have you not heard of those who make an error by listening to Hymenaeus and Philetus concerning the faith of the resurrection of the body?" These were two people in the Bible who denied that the body was resurrected. Christian and Hopeful answered, "Yes." The shepherds said, "Well, you see, they followed them and lie dashed to pieces at the bottom of this mountain. And that's where they've continued to this day, unburied as an example to others. They climbed very high, and they came very near to the brink of this mountain called Error. Then they took them to the top of another mountain, which is called Caution, and told them to look afar off. And when they did, they thought they saw several men walking up and down among the tombs there. And they perceived that the men were blind because they stumbled upon the tombs, and they couldn't get out from them. "What does this mean?" said Christian to the shepherds. "Do you see a little below the mountain is a stile that leads into a meadow on the left-hand side of the way?" Christian and Hopeful said, "Yes." "Well, if you follow that stile and go along the path, it leads to Doubting Castle, which is kept by Giant Despair." And these men were pointing to that way as they were among the tombs. They were once on a pilgrimage. They chose to go into the meadow, and they were taken by Giant Despair into Doubting Castle, where after being a little while in the dungeon and having their eyes put out, they were led to the tombs and left to wander every day among them. They wandered out the way of understanding, and though they remain in the congregation of the dead, they have no hope. Christian and Hopeful looked at each other, and tears gushed out their eyes, and they said nothing to the shepherd. We're back on our little morning walk, hiding from the rain. Looks like someone's found neon paint. In this story, Pilgrim and Hopeful have got out of Doubting Castle, and they're continuing their journeys. They come to a lovely place where they're cared for by shepherds that God has placed. And these shepherds encourage them and strengthen them, but then also give them warning. They take them to the top of two hills. The top of the first hill is Error, and they're told to look over the edge at the top, over the edge to the cliff below. And there many people have fallen. People who have, for instance, denied the resurrection. Then they're taken to another hill called Caution, where they watch people who once walked in the right way but no longer do, and just now wander among the tombs. These are very sobering themes, and they are a warning by John Bunyan to follow the shepherds that God places. These are people set aside by God to help us and to direct us, and to support us and to follow them and to follow their wisdom. And then the danger of error, the danger of gutting off the right path is made clear once again to these men. They realized that they came very close to leaving the right path, and they wept. Well, sometimes we look back at our lives and we see moments in our lives where we turn from the right path. We see moments in our lives when we come very close to falling into such deep error that it would break our faith. And yet God has overruled and has kept us and has placed us amongst people who love us and care for us. And that's a great blessing. Today, we have much to thank God for. And if we're still on the right path, it's only because of the good provisions He has made for us. And we should thank Him. Well, from me and my little friend hiding in the rain. It's raining again, isn't it? Have a good day. God bless you.